I'm sure many of us have a lot of great business ideas every day, every week, or every month. And there is a question: why wouldn't we boost this process or even expand our ideas with AI if we have it available? That's why I created this specific automation that searches for you the best business ideas every day without you doing anything. So I will be showing you in this video how to build it from scratch. Therefore, watch this video to the end. As usual, before we build it, let me show you how it works. But additionally, I need to mention that I created for you two variations of the system. The first one goes through multiple different niches. So let's say it can be tech, AI, like they are related, kind of. However, we've got different niches. And the second one system goes only through your picked specific niche. So let's say AI, automations, I don't know, maybe something else, graphic design, okay? So you will have, at the end of this video, two ready systems to use. But let me show you how it works. So simply, let me guide you through on this automation. So we have the trigger that triggers this automation every day at midnight. And then what we do, we get posts from Reddit because it's a platform, that is really popular and a lot of is happening right here. So there also we've got a lot of great business ideas, walkthroughs, how to do some specific stuff. So yeah, I chose Reddit as a point to get the content. So simply what we do here, we check for different categories. So we've got AI, SaaS, tech, and so on. So we just search for different subreddits. Then simply we merge all of the information, we aggregate it, and we give it to our AI model that simply creates for us the response, and at the end we save it inside Google Sheets. It's pretty straightforward, so maybe let me execute the workflow and wait until it's done. So we've got 20 items, so overall we've got 80 items. And then again, what we do, we aggregate everything together, we send it to our model that gives us the response, and at the end, it should save for us the information inside Google Sheets. In the meantime, when this automation is being run, this is another version. So instead of just getting specific subreddits, we give it a niche. So we provide the subreddit and the specific niche, and then based on it, we just search through the specific niche. So it's just wider system focused on only one niche, and it's for your choice. You can search from multiple niches, multiple subreddits, so channels, or just even one, and just get more, I can say, to the point ideas. So after our automation run, we have the following data. Actually, we've got the columns which are the startup idea, success or not, details, is it a good idea, then pros and cons, and that's pretty everything. So we have, for an example, a swipe-based iOS app called Via that helps users clean up their photo library by swiping left to delete and right to keep photos. A social media brand monitoring tool called Social Brand Monitoring, offering affordable real-time mentions across platforms like Reddit and Hacker News with multi-channel notifications. We've got actually the value which is true or false, so you can decide, if it's successful. Then details about it. Not in all of the columns we've got the details. However, if we have some, we just provide them here. Also, we ask ChatGPT if it's a good idea. So simply, we get the response and pros and cons provided by AI. That's great. You can get a lot of ideas, and again, it runs for you on Autopilot every day. So you can just search through your document and just again get the best insights, the best business ideas from Reddit. Additionally, I need to mention, if you create this system, if you learn how to create it, then you can pick any platform you want. So maybe Quora, maybe Facebook, like any other platform for business insights and business ideas, and then just connect it, via this specific automation, just insert the specific nodes instead of Reddit and use it right away. So again, it's very important to watch this video to the end. It won't be that hard to set up, I need to say. However, it's really successful and very professional to search business ideas or just even have some insights, some other thoughts. Because remember, if you think, I have it all of the time. I think about something. I'm sure, okay, there are no better ideas than this. Then I go ahead to ChatGPT or any other AI model and I say, all right, like, please don't do this again. Like, again, ChatGPT and AI models can really give us some thoughts, even some details, and then our thinking process is better about something. So please trust me, it's really great. I mean, I like asking AI for multiple solutions or some ideas. I've created over 50 courses about AI. I've tested multiple different applications, like how I know from scratch how AI works. So yeah, again, I really recommend you to use AI on your daily basis, even if you have actually the possibility to create the automation that gives you on autopilot the ideas. That's totally awesome. So with all that being said, let's build this project from scratch. So the first thing we want to set up is a schedule trigger. So let's pick a schedule. So every day at midnight, we would like to trigger this automation. That's correct. Right away, we want to provide the Reddit node. So we can use Reddit. And now we get many posts right here. And for the limit, we can specify the limit of posts. I would like to have different subreddits. So these are the channels from where we can get our posts. So I would like to have 4 subreddits, and from each I want to have 20. Okay, so 20 posts per one subreddit. For the subreddit, we can provide the name of the specific subreddit. So the name of it will be startup, with small letters, of course, startup. Okay. We need to specify the filter, which will be hot posts. So we only want to get, I can say, the best post right here. Yeah, categorized by the traffic and the reach. Also, additionally, we need to create Reddit credential. And now I will be showing you how to do this step by step. So you need to create Reddit credential. You need to have your client ID and client secret. To do this, you need to type the specific URL, which is reddit.com prefs apps. You will have it in the instructions you can download from the resources of this material. After you're here, you just create another app. You give it a name. So I don't know, maybe testing, automation. Perfect. Then what you do, you select web app. And you need to have the redirect URL. So we need to take this redirect URL from here. Just provide it there. Perfect. And that's pretty everything. I'm not a robot. You create an app. If you're okay, so I need to have only one app. However, for now, I can delete some and again, set it up. So now let me try once again. So create app, and that's great. It works. And what we have, we've got our secret and our ID. So this is our ID. And now what we need to do, we need to just take this ID, so client ID, put it here. And for the client secret, take our secret. And we can connect our account. So allow here. We just can click right there. Connection successful. That's great. And to test this specific step, let's execute the previous node and now execute the step. So we know if that works or not. Hopefully it works. Yeah, I think it works because it runs for some time. Yeah, so we've got it. We have 20 items and we have self-text right there. What we have? Yeah, we have a lot of information. And this is the fact. Actually, later, we need to provide another node, which will be edit fields. And why we want to do this? Because we've got a lot of, like content we don't need. I don't know, maybe like clicked false, hidden false. I don't know what's that even. So for the sake of this specific video, we need to have only self-text. And we need to have the title, okay? So you can just drag and drop here the fields and just execute the step. So after it's done, we have our 20 items and only 2 fields for them that we really need. Perfect. And then what we do, we can just take these 2 fields and click Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D 4 times. So what we do, simply we just take them. We can just put them here because we would like to provide 4 subreddits, each for different channel. So let's connect them. Okay, and then what we do, we just change the channel. So the second channel will be artificial. Okay, and if I go ahead to Reddit artificial, I will have this specific channel. So artificial intelligence. So I just take this subreddit name and I provide it inside my n8n without the R and this is the backslash or forward slash, I don't know. Yeah, but we just provide the subreddit name and afterwards we are ready to go. We can execute the step. Execute this step and see if it's correct. Yeah. Actually, artificial title. Do we have the table? Okay. Yeah. So for not all of the items, we have our self text. However, later we'll just filter it. Perfect. Then the next one will be side project probably. Execute the step. So make sure if it works, like if each node works. Yeah, so we have it. And the last one will be SAS. SAS. And the point is you can provide any subreddits you want. For me, it's AI and tech because this is my topic of choice. But for you, it can be about the graphic design, about the healthcare. So anything you can imagine, okay? So that's the really important fact, so you can just choose your specific niche. But then what we do, we just provide the merge node. Simply we'll have 4 inputs. So we just combine everything together. Oops. Let's put it to input 4, 3, 2, and 1. So with all, we should have 80 items. So from each specific subreddit, 20 items, and then 80 items in total. So let's wait. We've got 80 items. And next, what we want to do is to actually feed this information to our AI agent. However, before, we need to turn it into something. Into one item. So we just pick the aggregate, all item data, we execute it, and we should get one item, and it's pretty long. So let me show you. Inside the schema, we have data 80, like 80 items inside. That's correct. And right away after we do this, we have our AI model. And for this case, I will be using OpenAI because I wanna return the format in a JSON message AI model. Yes, I wanna have a format in JSON, the response in JSON format. And also I don't need to have an AI agent that decides for some stuff because AI agent, like we've got here the extensions, so we can connect Google Calendar, Google Sheets, and it's for deciding purposes. But OpenAI node, it's fine for that case. Also, we can use AI agents, so it's up to you. But for that case, I'm using OpenAI because it's just more comfortable for this case. I hope you know what I mean. So we just connect our OpenAI account. We pick the model, which is 4.1 mini. Oops. Let's wait. Okay, so we don't have 4.1, 4.0. Okay, what's wrong? Okay, that's weird. Whatever. For the prompt, I've got for you prompt which is prepared. However, before let's check it as output content as JSON. But what I meant, I have for you the instructions you can use right away. So let me first like pick them. You can just take them from the instructions and paste them here or just create your very own instructions. But what we have inside, we have the purpose. Here a startup idea extractor. You will receive an array of Reddit posts, each with these fields. So title, self, text, so the body. Your job is to identify all concrete business or startup ideas mentioned. If the author says the idea worked for them, extract that success detail. For each post with at least one idea, output an object with startup idea, success, success details, good idea, pros and cons. And these are the variables that we'll be using. That we have inside Google Sheets, and inside these columns we'll be providing the information. So we have startup idea, success or not, details, and so on, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I just specified these objects, but if I had output content as JSON disabled, so I click execute the step, it gives me not the proper format, okay? So let's wait for now. So after it's done, you can see we've got the content. However, it's not structured. So we have everything at one place, like in the content. However, if we click output content as JSON and we click on execute step, it will work. But for now, let's move on. In the meantime, when it's running, let me explain you other things we have inside. So again, we've got output and object with these specific variables, an explanation for them. Wrap all objects in a top-level JSON array called ideas. Output only valid JSON, no explanations or extra text. Use the input data from, and it's very important actually, because what we do, simply we provide the data. However, before it, simply we use JSON stringify. It's a formula, actually the format that allows you to take the data, because let me show you. Let me delete it. And if I provide it here, just data, I would have just object. However, if I open here curly brackets, I go ahead, I provide JSON, here the $sign probably, yeah, JSON. And now stringify, so stringify, something is wrong. Okay, probably maybe without this $sign, okay. Stringify, and now open the bracket, and here provide the $sign, maybe for this. So JSON and data. Yeah, that works. So after I do this, I specify, okay, I don't want to have the objects, however, this text in a string format. And you could have do this with edit fields, I guess. Yeah, let me think for a while. Yeah, with edit fields, you could have like formatted to a string or so, but with this code snippet, you can do it immediately, so you don't need to provide a node. It's cool, huh? Yeah, I think it's cool. So, whatever, I explained you the entire prompt, what I used. You can use the same or just create your very own prompt. But for now, let's see the schema. And that's correct. Perfect. So we've got the ideas and startup idea, success details, good idea, pros and cons. So 2, 6 and different variables, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, it works. Perfect. After we have it, we've got how many ideas? 37, because it starts from the 0. So it's always, +1. So after we've got it, we need to split out this content into multiple items. So 37 will have, oh yeah, so it's running for now. We need to wait a while. So now for an example, it picked different amount of the items. However, it's fine. So we've got 23 items. That's correct. And then after we split out the content, we pick Google Sheets. So we just append rows in sheet, append row in sheet. And you can copy the specific template from, okay, I will provide for you the link. So yeah, I can go ahead here, type Google Sheets. Let me do it very fast so you see, share with others, yeah. Copy a link, so you can just open this specific link. You can click here very shortly. Okay, you can just click here, get access to this template, click on make a copy. It's very important. After you do this, you've got this template. and then you can just select it and use. So I've created it for you. Okay. And now simply we provide startup idea, success or not, success details, good idea, pros, cons, and yeah, the cons. Execute step. We need to wait for some time. And yeah, we've got our 23 business ideas. So again, success or not details. Is it good? Is it a good idea? We've got the evaluation from ChatGPT. That's correct. Perfect. So we created the first version of the system. So it's all about, you can provide here different niches. So simply, you've got different subreddits. I don't recommend you to combine, let's say, very diverse niches. I would prefer to have more related ones. So instead of, let's say, healthcare and football, like maybe go ahead with tech, AI, engineering or so. So just more related topics. However, it's your choice. You can test it out. I don't know. But yeah, you've got a system to simply, yeah, generate business ideas based on multiple niches. So I can name it as, get business ideas, ideas based on multiple niches. Niches. Yeah. Okay. But now I would like to show you a different system. So for it, we take another node, another trigger, which will be on form submission. And now we can name it as business ideas. Business ideas. Provide your information. Inside. For elements, first one will be subreddit. So exact subreddit name. So let's say artificial. Another thing will be to provide the keywords. So maybe the keyword will be problems. Or I think in the original version I had issues. And that's correct. Let's make them required. Okay, that's everything. Let's execute the step. So subreddit maybe, let's pick artificial. Keywords, problems. Okay, problems. Struggles, issues. Okay, let's submit it. Perfect. So we have our data. So we've got keywords, subreddits. Perfect. Right away, what we can do, we can get our Reddit node. So go ahead with Reddit. And inside, instead of get many posts, we search for a post. So we've got it inside, okay? And we have two specific fields, so subreddit and keywords. So we'll be providing it right there. You just also pick your edit account, so credential. And now just simply click execute step. And we've got the limit, which is 100. So it's your choice. However, I picked 100. So it's more like concrete, more in-depth analysis in that case. Great. Right away, what we do, we can pick this edit fields node because again, we would like to only have two fields, so sub, self text, and title. After we do this, what we do, we pick aggregate. So we can just pick these two fields. We pick aggregate. So we just combine everything together in one item. However, for a model, we'll have different prompts. So let me show you. This is the second prompt. It's a little different. Okay, so for this prompt, let me show you. We've got, you're an expert at generating innovative business ideas. You will create a batch of Reddit posts pulled from this Reddit. However, on from submission. Okay, probably I have it from small letter. Yeah, that works. Perfect. Also here, maybe subreddit. Yeah. Okay. These posts match the search on form submission item JSON keywords. Each post includes a title and self-text. Your job is as follows: analyze the content of these posts and identify up to 5 clear and distinct pain points shared by users. For every pain point, generate 1 to 2 strong business ideas that directly address the issue. Write an email summarizing the problem and propose solutions. Only return a properly formatted JSON object with the structure below. Email subject, a subject line like business ideas for this Reddit. Email body, a clear, friendly email that summarizes each identified pain point. Presents, matching business ideas beneath each point. Ends with a prompt for next steps or feedback. The email body must be in HTML format with appropriate line breaks, bolding, and bullet points where needed. Do not output anything other than the valid JSON object. Always introduce yourself as an AI researcher. Perfect. Okay, so we'll have nicely formatted email. Let's execute this step. And right away after it's done, we'll have our Gmail note. So we send our email. So we send an email to us. So I can just type my email very simply. Okay, .com. Perfect. And it will be subject. What's the subject? Okay, so this is the subject. Business ideas for artificial. And HTML. So we need to select this email type, email body, and we can execute the step. Let me actually show you on, you can see my Gmail, but for now, okay, actually, let me show you. We've got business ideas for artificial intelligence, and here, we've got everything we need. So difficulty in understanding and explaining AI models, business idea 1, business idea 2, and that's great. Actually, we've got our specific summarization of business ideas sent to us whenever we submit a form submission. Additionally, for the properties, you can disable append and n8n attribution. So if you do this, you get another email. Let's refresh. Without the attribution. And yeah, it works by this way. Hope you enjoyed this specific project. I think it's very helpful. So you get your very own business ideas researcher. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.